Hi guys, it's Kat here. I'm here in Lillingstone, Dayrell. I'm just reading it off the booklet. Lillingstone, Dayrell, looking at beautiful brasses and some effigies here. And we've got some effigies from the reign of Queen Mary, Henry VIII's daughter, with Catherine of Aragon. The man, the knight, he died during the reign of Queen Mary, and his wife, Dorothy, his third wife here, as you can see over my shoulder, she died at the beginning of Queen Elizabeth's reign. So we're going to turn the camera around and we're going to have a quick look at them. So we're going to have a quick look at Paul Dayrell and Dorothy Dayrell. This was his third wife, and as you can see, the actual clothing, we're actually leaving the Tudor era now, and we're going into the early Elizabethan era. A lot, I think, Italian influences. Anyway, we'll have a look at Dorothy, which is Paul's third wife. So let's have a quick look at her here. She's got a beautiful high collar. Look at that. All those pleats and the fabric. That's really nice. We have a nice hood, a lovely hood. Her hair's on show here, and then we've got beautiful details here. And then at the back here, we've got some pleats as we go around here. Lovely pleats right across the bottom here. And she's got a lovely high standing collar too, with beautiful sleeves. Absolutely beautiful sleeves. Look at this, the details here. Really nice details. And we've got slashings here, and her actual shift is pulled through on these points on her sleeve. Absolutely beautiful. And what looks nice here at the bottom of the puff of her sleeve, we've got these wonderful dags and scallops. That's a really nice detail. Fabulous. Let's go back this way. You can see these lovely sleeves here, can't you? And you can actually see the actual fabrics being pulled through. We've got some lovely, lovely little details, which probably be embroidery, or even could be cut work, but it's more likely to be embroidery. And then we've got these lovely slashes coming through. Details there, lovely little bits there, and it follows on with the same design going down in these wonderful strips on the sleeve with these slashings. There's our lovely scallops or our little dags underneath our puff, down to her elbow, where we can see some more beautiful puffs going up here to her cuff. And her hands in prayer. That's really, really nice. The dress is lovely. Absolutely lovely. So she died when Elizabeth was on the throne. So we've got some lovely details there. Ties holding the dress together, which is really lovely. And we've got a lovely looped belt here, simple belt. And then here, what's nice is where we've had the ties here tied up on her bodice, we've actually got them actually untied here, which is really nice, all the way down on her dress. All the way down. You can see the kirtle as well here, with more beautiful pieces of embroidery, more likely embroidery work. I love that. I love the fact that you got the ties. Let's see if it's over the other side. We'll look at her shoes. We've got some wonderful details here of her gown underneath. It's quite full, so we've got some folds, and then we've got her shoes. I love the roundedness of the shoes. And then here we've got more folds of the gown underneath. We've got the edge of the kirtle. Could be fringing, could be really, really thick braid. Don't know, but that's really nice. I don't know, because this is an era that I don't know much about, but I'm just absolutely fascinated by costume details. This is lovely. And then if you notice again, if we've got this side of her overgown, we've got the ties untied again, and over the top, underneath, sorry, we've got the wonderful detailing with the same kind of flower work. Absolutely lovely. I love that. And then we'll go back this way. And it looks like she's got fur over her because we've got feet here. Perhaps ermine collar that falls down. It looks like it's been chiseled to show fur marks. And then as it comes down over her shoulders, it does actually go underneath here, the armpit. And then we've probably got a foot, a tail, and a foot for the fur. And over this side, we have exactly the same. We have the foot, tail, and a foot around there. So she's actually wearing a fur collar with the feet and the tail still in situ. There's no sign, as I go here, of the actual head of the animal. But that's really, really nice. Really lovely. So we'll quickly go over his lordship. This is Paul. Beautiful Tudor armour. I don't, again, know anything about armour. He's bareheaded, which is really nice to see, and his head's resting on his helm. They're well worth seeing if people are interested in the later style costumes. Now, the church records say that he died first. So he died during the reign of Queen Mary, Henry VIII's daughter, with Catherine of Aragon. So there we go there. We've got details on his arm. It looks like he's been broken there and it's been replaced, and it's echoed on the other side. At some point it's been broken along here or along on that angle. Articulations on the mitts. That's interesting. Underneath the articulations. And then we have the rounded breastplate. Articulations again. Nice belt details. More articulations with the mail over the groin. And then as we go down here, we've got some lovely knee details on the armour. You see the rivets here. Lovely knee details here. And we go down to his feet. And he's got beautiful articulated square-toed armour. I love that. And we've got part of his spurs, but actually nothing else for the spur. On the bottom of his feet, he's got a lovely lion. I was just doing a last sweep of Dorothy's kirtle and the details on the embroidery with these lovely untied tabs coming up. And then I found this, either side on her hips. Look at these. Are these fidgets, early pockets, so she could get her hands through the gown to the undergown underneath? Aren't they wonderful? Look. Really, really unusual to find fidgets. I'm really, really perplexed, but I'm also loving these details because there's one on the other side too. If I scoot over, I think, can you see it there? There it is on the other side, look. Exactly the same shape. A possible fidget, a gap, like a pocket to put a hand through to get to the skirts underneath, whether she has a hanging perch or an aumanaire hanging from her underskirt belt. But that's an absolutely beautiful detail. And you can also see her sleeve and also the tails and the feet of the fur mantle over her shoulders. But look at that, isn't that a lovely detail? And there we are. Beautiful pair of effigies with lovely costume details from on Dorothy, but beautiful armour details on Paul. We have this lovely pair of effigies. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.